This is a 2013 Subaru Legacy, and the lumbar support blew out. Sat in the car and I could feel this thing pop, and then I was able to hear the motor running when I'd try and activate the lumbar, but nothing was happening. So I skinned this seat, and to do this, get down under here, crawl around upside down. You see that elastic band? It's going to be lassoed around all kinds of things. Once you get that thing out away from whatever it's wrapped around, lift this flap up and you're going to see two locations for screws. Phillips number 2. You back those 2 screws out, and I think this pretty much just kind of came free. Around the middle section here, there's some clips. Felt to me like you just pull straight out, and then the top portion will want to sort of stay in, and so you're just going to want to pull down from there. You can see the orientation of those clips. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes. So what had happened, somewhere here, I think I have the original, I found this little feller, and it looked to me to be half of an S-hook. On further inspection, I noticed what happens here is there's a motor, and it reels up this little wire here that goes all the way across and kind of pushes against the chair or pulls away. And I wasn't connected on this side. Now this is the replacement piece you're looking at. You're going to see a little eyelet there, and you're just going to need to replace that S-hook most likely. And then there's another one over here, and it's wrapped in this like black fabric stuff, probably to eliminate noise or to disguise the fact that it's really crappy metal. I don't know which. I didn't see the other half, but it just took a hunch. Anyway, I went to Menards, which in the Midwest is kind of like a Home Depot or Lowe's, and I got these 1 1/4 inch closed S-hooks. Then took a pair of pliers, grabbed one of these little fellers, and this is pretty tough steel, but you can take this and kind of lay it on the ground like so. I don't know if you can catch this. Anyway, if you get the orientation just right, I'm grabbing sort of the bottom of the hook where it can open, and then you see on the right hand side it's the top part that can open. So if I let the right hand side rest on the ground and I keep this left side elevated, you can kind of see how I can pivot, and I just push down, then eventually I can get this thing to open up. So they're not closed in that they're not welded or anything like that, they're just basically touching. So anyway, I did that to open it up and found a little hole, popped it in there. A little better perspective here from above. So I had it reasonably wide open. I didn't want to bend the metal too terribly much, just to try and maintain some integrity on this thing. But it's definitely, this is a much lower gauge, a much thicker S-hook than the one that broke for sure. But anyway, once I got it on the eyelet and lassoed it around the little thing that's hooked to this cable, then I went and activated the lumbar to kind of tighten this thing up just a little bit, because otherwise it was a little difficult for me. So I got it sort of taut, and then I just went in there with those little needle nose pliers, and you can manipulate this thing quite a bit and get your hand in there where you need to, and then you just give it a good squeeze, and you can just squeeze those opened S-hook ends back up, and you've got a good fix there. Works great.